Hey, what is up everyone? Danny and Alex. Today we're going to show you guys some training and conditioning exercises that we do and you can use in your own training sessions for Jiu-Jitsu. So check it out. All right, so the first one is just warming up using a break fall. So here Alex is just going to demonstrate rocking backwards and using the slap with both hands. That's the break fall. So this one here we would do for a set amount of repetitions, and it's very important to learn how to fall backwards if someone shoves you. But we use this to warm up as well. So one more time, Alex, here, break fall here, make sure to tuck your chin, okay? Now sometimes we'll just lie down and now use the side break fall from side to side. We use this as well. So he's gonna lean to one side, then turn to this side and break fall. Notice how you always wanna extend the leg where you slap, and then when you switch sides, switch your legs and always extend that leg as well. So we're gonna go side to side break falls as such. Another great warm-up we also do from here is just stand back up, Alex, is the rolls, all right? This is very conventional. So if he does one roll forward, what he's going to do is roll here, and now he comes back and then rolls on the opposite direction, so opposite shoulder here. So here, the rolls is a great way to warm up before Jiu-Jitsu classes, but also it's going to serve as some of the techniques we're going to use, all right? So another one will be back roll. So he's going to turn around and roll backwards here. So notice every time we do this, we always roll over our back and shoulder and not over our neck. So that way there's no chances of injury, because don't forget, now we're warming up, but in reality, sometimes you use the back roll, such as when you do balloon sweeps or whatnot, and you have somebody on top of you in your guard. So you want to learn to roll over your body on your shoulder and not onto your neck, okay? Now, if he lies down, belly down, another good exercise, this is more of a body weight strength builder, okay? So from here, he's going to keep his palms onto the ground and now drag himself forward, right? So he's going to drag and pull himself as such, right? Just do a few here and then turn around. And of course, if you have a lengthy mat area or something, you can just do a straight line, or sometimes do 2-3 repetitions, turn around and go forward. So always reach up and then pull yourself. So it's important that you only use the grip of your forearms and not your legs when you crawl up like this, okay? Now if he lies down on his back, another great one is using the shrimp, right? The hip escapes. So here from side to side. So you want to use this to warm up, and you cannot, I can't emphasize enough, you cannot do enough shrimps, right? Hip escapes, right? A lot of times when we teach beginners or even the kids classes, a lot of times it's always like, oh, we're still doing the shrimps. But yes, because the shrimp movement is one of the most essential movements you can have for Jiu-Jitsu escapes, all right? So you can't do these enough, all right? So side to side. If you don't know how to shrimp and move your hips out of the way from underneath somebody, you're going to get stuck in many positions and you're going to struggle when you do sparring matches, okay? Now, another good exercise is for the neck, right? Because of course in Jiu-Jitsu, there's a lot of pulling, tugging, grabbing the head. So you want to strengthen your neck, all right? So this one is a little bit more advanced level. So I suggest that you warm up, or you just use your palms to work your neck muscles until you build up some strength. But once you're more advanced now, you can do the front neck bridges. So Alex is gonna post onto his forehead, okay? And now he's just gonna rock like he's saying yes. That way there you strengthen your neck, okay? So if you're more intermediate level, you can use like your hands on the mat. That way there you remove a little bit of body weight, but eventually you wanna do it without your hands and just go forward to back like this. Now if he turns around, you can also do the reverse neck bridge. So once again, you would start on your hands and just rock onto your neck as such, okay? And you do a couple of repetitions like this. Once you build up the strength, you want to remove your hands and post and come back up. Always nice and slow. That way there's no chances of spraining your neck or even injuring your neck. This is to strengthen your neck and not to injure it, right? So you want injury prevention by strengthening it, because when we do wrestling and jiu-jitsu, a lot of times people will be tugging on that neck, grabbing your collar. So if you strengthen your neck, you're going to have a more resilient neck and less prone to injuries. So another good exercise here we have is the dive bomber. So here you get into a tripod position, into a push-up. All right, so you want to spread your legs out. And now you imagine there's a rope right here, and you want to just dive underneath that rope and then come back straight, right? So now he dives underneath, chest, and then comes back, right? So these types of push-ups are really good for upper body strength. So you want to always maintain good balance, good form as you dive underneath. So you go chin, chest, stomach, and then come back, right? These dive bomber push-ups, great exercise for upper body strength. Now we're going to start to do some partner drills. So this one is good for your posture as well as your legs. So I want you guys to grab the collars as such. okay? And now what I want to do is learn to posture with my head up straight. I don't want to just curve my spine as such, all right? So I'm going to keep my upper body straight. Okay, now I'm going to post my legs up. Once I stand up into a base, I'm going to posture and lift my partner off the ground, come back down gently, post one leg at a time, starting back from the starting position. So once again, I posture my legs, I go 1 foot, then I pivot and bring the other foot up into a squatting position. Now I'm going to lift my partner off the ground using my legs and my back, and then come back down gently, step down, and back to the starting position. All right, this is a great drill for learning how to do the arm bar, right? So you're not going to use anything with your hands, no grips on the collar, only the leg work, all right? This is great for coordination. So a lot of times when I teach the people who are just starting out certain techniques, I like to break things down, right? So this one is a good one to learn how to move your body using your feet. Okay, so look, Alex is gonna post onto my hip, turn the corner, grab my back with the opposite leg, and then pass this leg over the neck, come back to the starting position. So that's 3 movements. Number 1, foot on the lap, 1. Number 2, turn. See how he pushes my body with the opposite foot? And 3, pass the foot. And here we are. Come back to the starting position. All right, so 3 steps, one more time. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and then return. And now once you're coordinated with this, you can start to just go non-stop, right? You can do 10 reps on one side, 10 reps on the opposite side. So it would look like this. Just do a few. 1, 2, 3, start back. 1, 2, 3, start back. 1, 2, 3, start back. And we'll do this 10 times on one side and then 10 times on the opposite side. Now the next one here, Alex is gonna jump into the guard position. This next one is more advanced, all right? So make sure you have a sturdy opponent or someone strong enough to support you. So in this case, when he jumps the guard, I want him to learn to strengthen his ankles around my back, so keeping the guard locked in straight. This is gonna serve 2 things, the guard resiliency as well as working the abs. Watch this. So he's gonna jump into the guard, 1. Now, I have to keep my balance and support him as such, okay? Now, let go of the grips. I want him to do sit-ups from here. He's gonna go 1, 2, and 3. Now, we can add a component here. As he does his sit-ups, he's gonna simulate he's going for the collar choke, right? So he goes here and here, okay? And now he pulls himself up into the collar choke, boom, right? And then he lets go, does his sit-up, 1, into a collar choke, 2. Right, again, 1, collar choke, 2. And once again, we can continue this movement for about 10 to 15 repetitions. Okay, next up, this is for the legs, the hips, all right, flexibility as well as your abdominals. So he's gonna hook onto my feet, all right, just hold on to my ankles as such. Now stretch his legs out. And this one, he's gonna bring the legs towards me, but now I'm gonna push his legs straight back. And he doesn't wanna touch the mats, right? So he's gonna go 1, just like a spring, 2, 3, and sometimes I can go to the side and then to the opposite side, and then it comes back to the center. And this is a good exercise that we use for warming up as a partner drill as well. Now building on this, he's gonna grab the ankles again, and now watch. He's gonna bring his legs to the hips, but Xing the feet. Notice how he made an X, all right? And now I want him to learn to turn into the guard position. So he's gonna turn facing me, and look, he's in the open guard. Okay, so now if I switch my direction, I go here, he will do the same thing. He grabs the ankles and X's. Now it's very important when you're gonna train this to turn in the right direction. Okay, so look, if he turns in the opposite side, he's crossing his ankles more. So what he wants to do is always turn to uncross his feet. Notice how he exits where the leg that's touching the hip. All right, so if I switch my position and I went to here, once he X's the feet, look, this is the foot that's against my hip, the one facing him. That's where he exits the head. Boom. That way there he uncrosses the legs. All right. So we can do this for 10, 20 repetitions. Okay, non-stop. You go from side to side, Xing here. This is a great flexibility exercise, but also builds your guard recovery skills. All right, the next exercise, using a partner of the same weight or even of a lesser weight, this is going to be a great strength builder. All right, so here, more advanced. What we're gonna do is bring the opponent up like this, okay? Now, I wanna use my legs and bend my knees. So as I lower him, I wanna lift him back up. Lower him, touch the mat, lift him back up. So notice I'm supporting all of the body weight here. So lower down and then push back up. This is going to help you with a lot of the exercises that we do for sweeps. So, but it's just a balancing exercise, but also works your quads. Next up, we're going to do a coordination exercise from the spider guard position. So here, notice how 2 feet are on the biceps and he's holding the sleeves. Now, he's going to release one of his legs and now shoot one arm in as such. Now we'll reset the position. He'll do the opposite side. Boom. And then here, boom. Back on the biceps and then go. Boom. Back on the biceps and go. Boom. Again. Boom. So just good exercise to build that coordination, to know when you bring one arm in, which leg should go over the opposite shoulder. And this will set up your triangle chokes. Another good drill we can do as well is sometimes he wants to just follow me. All right, so he's just going to use his toes and hook inside my lap, right? Look, if I start to move in this direction, this foot is going to hook inside, so that way there, every time I move, he stays connected. If I were to move on my right side, his right foot's going to hook, and look, he always stays connected. So that's going to force me to do something, right? That's going to force me to grab the pants, get in tighter, take the foot out, and that's what he wants. Right? So it's a good coordination drill to learn to always stay and maintain your position. If I were to move, he wants to stay in front, so he keeps his guard. But also, it makes me initiate more of crouching forward, getting grips, which will give him access to my sleeves or to my collar. So that way there, he learns how to improve his guard positioning and also maintaining the center line. All right, guys, so there you have it. Some training drills, solo and partner, that you can use to improve your jiu-jitsu skills. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Leave us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. We'll catch you
in the next video.
Take care.